All right, so y'all want to move on to the next one in the West, Thunder versus Mavericks?
Man, I really don't
Yeah.
want to. I'd rather not discuss such a series.
So let's talk about the Clippers.
I would absolutely fucking love a healthy playoff run without Doc Rivers at the helm. That would be awesome to see. Just to know what would happen. I'm tired of the what ifs, you know? I'm more fine with them losing an actually full strength series than someone passing away every playoffs.
Not sold on the James Harden, Russell Westbrook duo.
If you could turn back the clock 10 years, maybe I would be.
Yeah, I mean, he had one good game and then, shot 4 for 50 the rest of the series. But if you kind of blur that out from the box score.
He shot June 39th.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
As someone who watched every game in that series with varying degrees of focus, I was kind of checked out in Game 6. I think the people giving Harden the blame for that did not watch the series, because he was the only reason this wasn't done a week and a half ago.
He tried. He didn't shit the bed like he usually does. Give him props for that, for sure.
I don't know in the past how healthy Paul George has been, but I mean
very.
he's just.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see. They're gotta be getting too old for this shit. Like,
Yeah.
Paul George is 34 years old, dressing up as Where's Pauldo?
Did this series raise, lower your stock on the Mavericks at all?
Be honest, it kind of lowered it. I don't think they should have lost any of those games, having watched them.
Yeah, I hear a lot of talk about like the Mavs defense. It's not really there very much. Like it's kind of just like they have some they traded for some like better defenders and traded away like some of their offensive talent. So it's like yeah, they're gonna get better when you just have Gafford in the lineup and when you have PJ Washington in the lineup. That's not really the question with their team. I think the question is going to be how they're going to guard Shai because they have two, non-defenders at the guard positions. Yeah, I think that it is going to be on their defense for their series versus Thunder. It's going to make or break them because the Thunder offense is pretty good.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying about the defense. I think when they made those moves for Gafford and PJ Washington, I mean, I understand it, but their weaknesses on defense were never in the interior, right? Like, Grant Williams was fine. I mean, Derek Lively is fine. Really, it was an issue, from having Luka and Kyrie as your primary perimeter defenders for most of the minutes. Dante Exum can come in and be solid defensively, but can't provide consistent offensive effort. So, yeah, like you said, it's just who are they going to stop Shea with? Who are they going to stop, J Dub with? And then on the other side, Shea, J Dub, Lou Dort as well, all great perimeter defenders. They can, put on Luka and Kyrie. You can't block Luka up, but, slow him down, give him a cool, 25, 8, and 6. That's a bad Luka game. So who else on the Mavericks is replacing that offense? No one, really. No one was hitting shots in that Clippers series. Shouldn't have been that close, like you said. I think, yeah, it's not looking good for the Mavericks.
Yeah, I think the Thunder match up very well against the Mavericks. Like you were saying, they just don't have the guard defenders to deal with a team where so much of their offense comes from one guard attacking the paint. They have decent rim protectors like Gafford and Lively. They're solid at that, but Shea is going to do what he does. He's going to get his points in the way that he does. That's all I'm going to say about that. I just don't think that the Mavericks have enough talent throughout the entirety of their lineup to deal with what the Thunder have, which is guys who can hit shots consistently at every position except Josh Giddey. But, I mean, he basically doesn't even count. He isn't even involved in their offense, really. I don't know why he's on the court, to be honest with you. I don't know why he's not in a prison cell. But
he hits different individuals, not exactly shots.
Let's just say his preference in age is similar to his 3-point percentage.
Yeah, guys, Josh Giddey actually shot 16% on this series. Look up Josh Giddey 16 or more. Thunder had a great first round series against the Pelicans. kind of fake with no Zion. I mean, I think with Zion, I think I might have brushed on it last episode, but the Pelicans are a pretty big and strong team when you put Zion in there. I could see that would have caused problems for the Thunder, but, didn't happen. BI and CJ McCollum can't really provide the consistent offense you need to win at a high level. Not shocked that it was 4-0 sweep.
Yeah, me neither. I think for what the Mavericks do have going for them is they're just like really physical. Like I was watching like the game 6 versus the Clippers, and like Gafford is just like molesting Zubac. Like he's literally just like shoving him at any point in time. The refs don't really care. So I mean, I think with Chet, you probably can't get away with that because Chet will be like on the other, like you'll push him into like his bench. Like he'll just get moved wherever you want him to be moved. So I feel like the refs won't really allow that as much. But I mean, still like with the officiating that I saw, at least in that, I mainly just watched like the game 6 versus Clippers Mavs. They do have a lot more like physical defenders. If Shai is not getting those foul calls, I don't think there's anybody on the Thunder that's going to like body up Luka and stop him from getting to the rim consistently. So like I think that Luka will probably get more free throws than Shai, just based on how the playoffs have been going. And like I feel like as the playoffs ramp up, the refs also just like ramp back and they like let more physical play go. So I probably would say if the Mavs swept the Clippers and like had that rest, I'd probably say Mavs in 6, but I think I'm probably gonna say Mavs in 7, just because I think they're a little beat up from the Clipper series, and like Thunder got rest because they played a fraudulent team like that lost their best player. So
well, hold on a minute. No, I mean, I don't think either Shai or Luka are gonna have any trouble getting calls. Because, like, we know the refs, they let some more contact go, but that's, like, when there's two role-playing centers battling for a rebound. They're still calling the bullshit. And I think we're going to see a lot of free throws in this series. It's going to be awful to watch, but I'm going to lock in Thunder in 6, I think. They're just more talented overall. Yeah,
I think we will get to see, like, is the Coach of the Year fraudulent? Is he able to, like, make adjustments against like an actual team that doesn't suck? Because I think from the Lakers perspective, because like I was a Laker fan, I may be entering the transfer portal, but
that's crazy.
nah. But I mean the Lakers kind of like dominated the Thunder, so I think like physicality does like phase them a lot, so that's kind of what drove my pick. So we'll see if Dagnall is able to make adjustments. I mean, he's kind of got a good setup going here where he's versus Jason Kidd, so like any adjustments he makes is going to be better than Jason Kidd. So yeah, I do think the coaching edge goes to the Thunder there.
Another thing I failed to consider: the Josh Giddey is going up against a kid, so I could definitely see that causing some distractions for Giddey and causing his play to drop even further.
What if he goes Jordan Poole on it though?
Oh Lord.
Crazy.
Yeah, the Mavs are going to bring out the 16-year-olds courtside, and then he's going to have a massive playoff game, and then the Thunder are going to do the same thing.
I mean, all jokes aside, my prediction, I don't think this will be close. I've got Thunder in. I'll say Thunder in 5. My intrusive thoughts are telling me to call it a sweep, but the Mavericks are good enough to pull a game off, clearly. Like you said, I think Jason Kidd is not going to be able to make adjustments. I think, Thunder have vastly superior defense, better offense as well. I think Thunder just outclass them 1 through 5, more or less.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're forgetting about like Kyrie, because like I think Kyrie is like weighs about the same as like Chet. So like Chet is just going to get like bodied by Kyrie at the rim. I mean, Kyrie's been doing pretty well in the playoffs. Like he's kind of been a little inconsistent, but I don't think depends on who Lou Dort is matched up on. If Lou Dort's on Luka, then Kyrie's gonna average 35 for the series. And if they put Lou Dort on Kyrie for most of the series, then it's like Luka's gonna have his big numbers. So I do think Kyrie is like on par with Shai, like in the playoffs. Like Shai has no playoff experience for the most part. Like he has some. Be interesting to see how he handles that because there's gonna be a lot of pressure on Shai. So I could see it not going too well for him. A couple games and then, but it definitely will be a close series. I think though. I don't think that the Thunder or the Mavs are gonna run away with it.
I agree that Kyrie's gonna get his. I honestly think Luka and Kyrie could combine for 75 each game and get swept. I think the Mavericks supporting cast is that bad on offense.